Yeah, I guess where it really all began with me is like when I took her out to eat. First place she wanted to go eat was Denny's, and I'd have took her anywhere. But I mean it was the best date I guess I ever had. It was the cheapest date too, so that doesn't make it the best. But I mean I couldn't believe it. It was $7. She could have had anything she wanted, but pancakes were cool with her. So I mean I took it. I was like, oh, I guess this is the one. I was like, she's really easy. I don't have to. I don't have to fight with her about where to eat. She knew what she wanted, pancakes. I was like,
he was in for a rude awakening about like a year later.
Yeah. It didn't turn out that easy anymore. It's
Ha 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 ha.
I got more than just words. I got more than just words. You bring me songs sweet like the birds. So I got more than just words.
Well, what I would consider to where it all began would probably be our first date at the drive-in. I had never been to the drive-in, and I told him, I was like, I really want to go. I've never been. Like, that would be so much fun. And what he did, our first date, he surprised me, and he told me that's where we were going, and I was so excited. And actually that night too, I went home and I told my mom, I was like, oh, I had so much fun. It was such a good time. And she was like, oh, well, I'm so glad you had a good time, but I hate to break it to you, you're not gonna date him. And I was like, well, why not? She said, well, because he's too old for you. And we're like, what, 2-3 years of age difference? And now here we are. 4 years later, and we're getting married.
She didn't manage to get rid of me.
She didn't know. Once they got to know you, they actually kind of just sucked him in, and they were just like, you're family now.
Yeah, it developed more as we, started hanging out more. And I actually, at the mall, but I remember asking you to, like, be my girlfriend at the mall.
You did?
No, it wasn't at the mall.
No, it was when we went to the Audubon State Park in Kentucky. That's when you asked me.
Yep. Yeah, I remember that because that was something different I guess you had never done. I was like picking trees. I mean, I could have picked any other landmark, but I was like, I got to find a tree that I could come back to and remember this point. And it took forever.
At this point, I thought you were about to murder me in the middle of the woods. I was like, well, this is it. I was like, my mom was right.
No, I found the tree, asked her to be my girlfriend because, like, I don't know. I didn't want to let her go. She was too, I guess, laid back, I guess you could say, and just, I don't know, she was different. She made me want to do better for myself and for her. So, I mean, for me, that is kind of where it developed into, like, I started falling in love with her. And I mean, and it just progressed from there for me. That whole first year was like a real big growth for me, like personally, and mostly it was because of her, and I wasn't blind to that. I could see that really clearly, and all my friends loved her, family loved her, and that's not something you really want to let go.
There was a point in time at the very beginning, it was just a lot of flow of emotion. It was just like, I have never been treated with so much respect, and actually just being loved for me too, and not having to feel like I have to be pressured to be put in this certain box, to be a certain type of person. I could be myself with Ethan and vice versa for him. And it's just, when you have that, it's just, that's love. You love the other for who you are, and it's just, it was really easy falling in love with you. It was.
You're my person.
You're my person. And I love you.
I love you.
I hope so.
Yeah, you guys see that? That was hostage. But this footage is found. So you know who to look for.
The lights are so much brighter. The colors so much deeper.
I put thought into it, and I was like, if now's not a good time as any, there won't be a time. So, I waited after I bought the ring. I waited for, I guess, an opportune time, and I tried to, like fabricate a plan, but
He had no plan.
I had no plan.
He had no plan.
Yeah, we took a little detour down through Kentucky to get to Louisville when I proposed to her, and finally we ended up at the Walk Across Bridge. I don't know the name of the bridge
Big
in Louisville.
Four.
Big Four?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the Big Four Bridge, I guess. I just asked her if she, you know.
You asked me if I wanted to go on an adventure with you.
Yeah. I thought she was gonna say no for a minute. She's like, "Are you serious?" I'm like, I mean, are you gonna take it or not? And like, so.
I did. I stood there just basically saying, "Are you serious? Are you serious?" Because like, and then it dawned on me. It's just like
There was like a lot of people
like, girl,
watching
you gotta
too.
say something.
I was looking around like out of my peripherals. I was like, man, I was like,
Hey, what? You were down there for a
I was
minute.
like, you're gonna say no, like let's say no and get out of here. I was like, everybody's watching. I was like, so.
All we can focus on really is keeping God at the center and trusting Him and just letting Him guide us. So
For me, I've seen so much positivity and growth in my life as a person and the things around me, and you know, it's confirmation to me is how far I've come in the last almost 4.5 years. If it's not confirmation that God's hand was in my life, not I don't know what is.
I'm really proud of how far you've come to. You really have matured and grown into a very fine young man, and I'm very proud of you.
Fine young man, you sound like a grandma.
You're a very fine young man.
I feel like what's really going to define our marriage will probably be our solidarity with one another. As we age and mature, I feel like that'll just grow and really push our relationship further for the good, I'd say.
What matters is just, at the end of the day, it's you, me, and God. That's it. At the end of the day, it's just us. It's all that matters. I'm Morgan.
And I'm Ethan.
And we're the Future Howards.